Hi, I am here to share an effective cutting-edge link building technique with you, accessible for everyone. The last Google core updates and the advent of the AI search changed dramatically the rules of the search engine optimization. The EEAT principle, that is, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, governs now the policies of search engines with respect to ranking and assigning authority to websites. Users' experience and engagement are also new criteria employed in these policies. If you want your site to remain visible in searches, you have to adapt your SEO strategies to stick with these principles, whatever your niche. In what concerns link building, traditional strategies are no longer effective. Chaotic or mass link building do not raise your site's authority like in the old days. Even acquiring a backlink from a reputed site is not necessarily a gain in ranking, just because the relevance of a link is determined now in terms of context, topics match, and usefulness. As for the traditional guest posting, Google's algorithms can detect now if a post is created with the only or main purpose of placing a link serving a client, becoming worthless. In this new era, many SEO experts move their focus to the academic zone. Academic and scholarly sites are in a category strongly positioned in the top of web authority, right below that of governmental sites. It is then wise as a SEO strategy to get connected with these sites in a fruitful manner. Therefore, a sort of academic move emerged in the SEO community. However, depending on every site's niche and resources, this could be a very difficult, if not impossible task to fulfill by either one's own or a third-party effort. The team of academics from PhilScience found the right formula to get this academic move straight and turned into an effective SEO strategy. They conceived an innovative link-building technique by which sites in any niche can get connected with the space of academic publication and obtain SEO benefits referring to organic traffic, quality content, and relevant backlinks. It was called the Citation-Based Academic Link Building. There are 3 foundational facts principles grounding this technique. 1. The academics not only publish their research in journals, but also on other academic channels for a wider dissemination. It's about science repositories, academic archives, research data repositories, science blogs, and university resources, which are highly authoritative sites that grant researchers and academics access for contribution. While a journal article is no longer editable after publication, the author's versions published on these dissemination channels are editable after publication. 2. Google does like and trust academic content. They did so before their last core updates, and the more so now. Google returns in high positions pages from these academic channels in both their Google Scholar search engine and general engine. Their AI search mode also trusts the academic zone, which is scanned the most. 3. Journal articles can provide plenty of interesting, useful topics for the expert content of a website, if adapted for the popular audience. Academic literature is so wide that almost any subject related to facts or theories about the world and beyond gets directly or indirectly connected to a topic of a journal article. The idea was to connect the non-academic content of a website with the academic article in a way that is natural and useful for both publications and their readers. Websites in any niche can adopt such expert content in the form of summarizing friendly versions of journal articles. Once such a topic chosen, the website can get connected with an academic publication that cites the journal article with that topic, as you will see further. This content connection works in a double sense. The academic publication citing the journal article can link back to the site where that topic is discussed, commented on, or summarized, for the benefit of the readership of the former. As such, the generated backlink will be both contextual and useful. The academic publication can be edited with the new link and published back as revised by either its authors or other academics on academic or scholarly platforms where they have access as contributors. The program functions with the involvement of the client site's management and academics dealing with writing, editing, and publishing on academic platforms. The more tightly a topic is related to the niche of the website and to the topic of the academic publication citing the original article, the more valuable is the acquired link to its adapted version. One of the virtues of this technique is topic flexibility. The two-step citing makes possible an indirect yet contextual connection between apparently different topics, without affecting the SEO value of the link. The PhilScience team will assist you with choosing the topic and the cited journal article. Once the topic and journal article are chosen, you may proceed toward preparing an article of 500, 2,000 words as a friendly summarizing version of the journal article. That article will be an adaptation from the academic one to the general public audience in what concerns style, language, and terminology, and will summarize the findings of the latter in a broader non-academic context, adapted for your website and your readership. An academic from PhilScience can write for you the adapted article. Once the content is ready and live on your site, an academic with access to and editing rights will edit the publication chosen for linking on the academic platform where published, so that the revised version will include your link. The link will be placed in the entry of the original journal article in the references list of the publication and labeled as summary, as in the example on the screen. The publications available and suitable for the citation-based academic link building are those showing in the following categories of academic or scholarly sites: independent and institutional science repositories, scholarly archives, research social media platforms, university scholarship, didactical, or library resources, such as those powered by Scalar, Canvas, or Moodle, and academic publishers' science blogs. On these sites, only authors with verified credentials can post, and all submissions are moderated. Domains in such categories are of high authority, DR 75 to 95, and include those showing on the screen. All pages of such sites are indexed by Google and by the scholarly search engines, and their links are then counted by Google's ranking algorithms. Academics with access to these sites can post and edit the publications they authored or contributed to, and also other works. The science repositories and archives stand as academic resources for other sites, which may feed with open access papers. Therefore, such a link might also show in other places besides the academic site where posted. Link building as SEO strategy is not an exact science, and in general is characterized by ups and downs, tries with uncertain results, and even risks. The citation-based academic link building jumps out of this blurry pattern to a high degree of certainty and effectiveness, and the main reason is that all parties involved benefit from its results. Instead of posting an article on the target site just for acquiring a backlink from it, like in traditional guest posting, the client enriches its own site with useful content under the EEAT principle, which will be cited with permanent link in academic publications. Publishing a summary of a journal article in a friendly form is beneficial for researchers and students, as well as the popular audience. It is an effective form of science communication. Journal papers are not an easy read, even for the researchers citing them. And for most papers, their abstracts are not sufficient for extracting the main ideas and results to cite or use. From an SEO strategy perspective, by adopting this specific form of science journalism, sites can reach the optimal balance of consumed resources versus results. Summing up, the main virtues of the citation-based academic link building are the following. It assumes new valuable content for the site using it. It works for any niche, except of course illegal. The links are always contextual and serve the readers of the target site. The backlinks are not volatile and are entirely secure due to the credentials of the authors and editors. The new content on the client site goes in tandem with that of the journal article that it summarizes, which usually ranks high. This association, along with the academic citations, makes the summary eligible as a resource for the AI search. The links have the potential to self-replicate on other sites by external feed. There are good chances that your article will be picked by Google Scholar to be included in their returns, provided the article meets their requirements. The page with the link is automatically backlinked from other high-authority academic portals listing that publication, ORCID.org, semanticschola.org, Google Scholar, etc., as well as through DOI citation. The whole work from analysis of choices and writing to publishing is done by a qualified third party. The team of academics at PhilScience is the only team worldwide providing professional citation-based academic link building services for the sites interested. You may contact them at info@philscience.org to schedule your project, as well as for any details and concrete examples of citation-based academic links and their performance. The rules of the SEO game have changed. It is wise for your SEO to switch from the usual routine and habits in resource-consuming outdated traditional strategies and upgrade to what really drives value. Good luck.